Minister, and I would wish to thank him for actually thinking of those young Kenyans who are struggling down there to get themselves some opportunities in life. Madam Speaker, as this amendment comes to the floor of the House, we are all hoping that all of us will support it, because the youths that are languishing down there, the youths that are struggling to make ends meet, come from our constituencies. And these are people who we need to work day and night to ensure that they also attain the opportunities in life. Madam Speaker, it is an absurdity that we come from a country, or we live in a country, where the government finds pleasure in taxing each and every opportunity they see fit to tax. Madam Speaker, it is all these demands that we are making on our youths, and especially those who are looking for employments, are payments towards government agencies. Madam Speaker, when we ask our youths to pay 1,000 or 2,000 shillings to get a clearance certificate from EACC, a government-funded agency, Madam Speaker, that is a very clear indication that our government is failing in catering for its citizens. Madam Speaker, if we ask young Kenyans who are struggling, Madam Speaker, to pay 2,000 shillings to get a document from DCI, from CRB, from agencies that deals with higher education loans board, these are government agencies, Madam Speaker, and these are supposed to be offering free services, because we normally do budgets in this House that goes towards funding those particular agencies, Madam Speaker. So it is an absurdity that a government finds pleasure in taxing its citizens or her citizens. Madam Speaker, when you siphon money from even students, from students who just finished colleges lately, Madam Speaker, in the name of trying to get documents from them or trying to ask them to pay for certain services in the government, Madam Speaker, these are people who have got no money. These are people who have not been employed. I would wish, Madam Speaker, even this amendment would have gone further to state that it is only those who will be going for repeat jobs or somebody who is reapplying for another job that could be asked to produce these particular documents. But for new people who are going to be employed, Madam Speaker, why should we demand a lot from them? You ask them about KRA. You ask them about EACC to prove whether they are criminals. There are so many criminals in this country, Madam Speaker, who are employed. And we are not even asking for anything. And the law or the Constitution is clear that you cannot be victimized until you're proven guilty, Madam Speaker. We have so many criminals, Madam Speaker, who are employed by this government and earning millions of money, and yet we are not asking for these documents. Why should we ask for these documents from youths, young people who are struggling to make ends meet? Madam Speaker, the question of, and when I look at the demands that we make here, Madam Speaker, even the procedure of attaining these particular documents is so stressing. You find somebody going for these documents and you're wasting a lot of time, queuing, waiting for these documents to mature. Madam Speaker, until even in some cases, the opportunities these youths who are applying would have elapsed by the time they receive these documents. Madam Speaker, the corruption that is thriving in those particular departments where these people are attaining those documents or acquiring the documents, Madam Speaker, is so high. You have to pay a lot of money just even to find your way into those particular agencies. Madam Speaker, the most appalling is the question of CRB. Madam Speaker, currently, if you look at the debts Kenyans have, especially on Fuliza, Madam Speaker, and it is only maybe 200 shillings, 300 shillings, 500 shillings. It is so absurd that most of these loan giving or loan lending entities forward names of people who have failed to pay only 200 shillings. These students who are looking for employment, Madam Speaker, they Fuliza for food. They Fuliza for small things, for even pens. Madam Speaker, and then their names remain in CRB until when they were to be employed to get an employment that will earn them a lot of money. We deny them those opportunities. Madam Speaker, I think it is high time we look also at the procedures and the methods these people forward names to CRB. why are we actually criminalizing our people just because of leasing only 50 shillings or 200 shillings, Madam Speaker? There are people who have loans. Even this country owes many other countries like China trillions of money. And we have never put Kenya in CRB or international CRB. Madam Speaker, why are we criminalizing our people who've just borrowed some small money? Because they could not pay, because they do not have employment. We were thinking that when you employ somebody is when that person can be able now to pay for whatever loan she has or he has with any entity. Madam Speaker, the question of help, and which has been coming up and on and off. I remember Mheshimiwa Kangata, who is now the senator, had brought a bill, an amendment in this House, Madam Speaker, which was meant to change the engagement of the help with the students. Madam Speaker, and I would wish to ask Mheshimiwa Keter to go further, especially on this question of help. Madam Speaker, I'm no longer a youth. I would have wished to bring that particular amendment here. But I'm asking Keter and his youthful members to bring an amendment to this House, Madam Speaker, so that all the students who owe this country money in form of higher education loan board should not have any interest. We should have actually zero interest on help. We were paying this help to assist the students here. Over 50 billion is stolen in this country. Over 50 billion goes to waste in this country. Madam Speaker, I think the country needs to find a way of getting money, not through taxing students, taxing youths. We should make it free. Madam Speaker, I also wanted to request Mheshimiwa Sankok to ensure that education is made free for all people with disabilities, from primary, secondary, university. Why should we tax them? These are people living with disabilities. These are people who cannot run up and down like we do. Madam Speaker, when you hear a person with disability being asked to produce a document to prove whether he or she has paid higher education loan board, whether that person is not listed in CRB, you wonder how is this country saving itself from that shame. Madam Speaker, lastly, I would wish to say, even when this country is grappling with higher cost of fuel, you know, some of us, the country sometimes look for money through unscrupulous means. Madam Speaker, why would you tax the country to the level that you pay for fuel 150 for petrol? Madam Speaker, it's sad. The country should find ways of getting money, making money, not through taxing citizens, not through taxing.
But let me, give the member for Mula.
Madam Speaker, whatever that is being discussed here actually cuts across all constituencies. And as you said, members have been here since morning. I would request, I know it could have come at the beginning of the motion, debate, but I would request if members...
Because all the members have 10 minutes. And the member, I'm sure he was trying to raise on a point of order to see whether we can reduce the time. Though he has already replied himself that the same would have been asked at the start of the debate. But however, members, as I said, now that we have 15 requests, it's good to be considerate. That is, if you wish to, but because I have 15 requests. And not Honorable Keter, the member for Hemur Degree, you have a right to defend your people. Yes, not Honorable Keter. Amendments, you can still bring amendments in the House. You represent the youth, you represent people with disability, so you can still bring an amendment. Very well, thank you, the member for Mogosho. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support this. And currently, they are not seeing job openings. And when the employers, CRB and help should actually be done away for the youth. And even the idea that we ask them to pay interest from some of the loans which they receive from various agencies. This also should be considered. I agree with the Honorable, the guy from, or the Honorable member from Morwa Digir, that we should actually take it seriously, that we should target them at constituency level.
Standing order number 95, noting that there is concurrence on debate, to ask the mover to reply.
Honorable Angari is in order, just to raise on a point of order, but from where I sit, I put the question. Members, for the mover to be called upon to reply, will as many as these opinion say aye?
Aye.
And as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. So we continue. The member for Kabuchai, Honorable Majimbo Kalasinga.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the major reason why this bill is with us, and why I thank it so much, is that it's addressing the roadblocks at the initial stages of employment of these youths. And 4 serious roadblocks, Madam Speaker. 1, experience. Madam Speaker, experience is one serious roadblock to our fresh graduates from universities and colleges. If it were even possible, Madam Speaker, we would have made all, if 3 years in a medical college, be given 3 years of experience to start with, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, because if we look at this one serious roadblock called experience, then no youth will get a job because they are fresh from colleges and they have had no place to get experience. Secondly, Madam Speaker, this idea of CRB. Madam Speaker, CRB is serious and is affecting majority of our young trained graduates who are supposed to join the job market. 1, Madam Speaker, even if this student or this somebody who is looking for a job gets money to clear the money, Madam Speaker, it takes a lot of time for CRB to clear this person. It can take even 2-3 weeks, Madam Speaker. And the time of this one looking for a job, Madam, gets expired. Madam Speaker, the issue of certificate of good conduct, it's so painful to us, so painful to this young man, Madam Speaker, because if actually Kenya as a country has this body code that issues certificate of good conduct, every citizen of this country who has no criminal record, Madam Speaker, must be having a certificate of good conduct. So it's not a matter that you produce a certificate itself. It is supposed, in fact, to be on soft system, so that everybody who has a problem is the only one who gets a certificate of no good conduct. But anybody, at any time, any employer can click your name, can click the name of the applicant and find that he is good on certificate of good conduct, not necessarily producing the certificate itself. Madam Speaker, finally, if I've come to this term, as Mheshimiwa for the Kir has just said, if I'll move to support this, Madam Speaker, because we have students who are here in this country, and these are living with disabilities supported by government because, 1, they are disabled, Madam Speaker. If you look at this, Mheshimiwa, I have a national school in my constituency called CBM Nalondo. This school produces the best, but now, Madam Speaker,
Important bill.
And you remember you are the first one to say
That is implemented to the letter, because youth are crying, and actually 80% of the population are the young people who are looking for employment. Go to the tertiary, every year they are being released. University, every year they are being released. So we must stamp our authority and have a highway.
The gist of the matter is issue of employment. These youths are first time, it's not for free. So it's actually high time that employers are asked to employ these youths upon satisfying and being absorbed. Then they're given time within 3 months, and almost 60% of Kenyans youths who are unemployed is 35 years and below. So if and they just go back without the document, then they appear in an interview, they are told, you don't have these documents, A, B, and C. So they just go back, then the unemployment rate continues, and it's a cycle. So I think this bill is very, very timely. We support it further to ensure that we pass it in as soon as possible, so that our youths, who are 60% without bureaucracies, I support. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The member for Gilgil, Honorable Wanjira Wangari, next on my request list.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also rise to add my voice to this very important bill. I'm actually very proud that Honorable Keter comes from Nakuru County. We are proud of you. You are one of the people who have actually come to this house to represent the youth, and you have done exactly that. Madam Speaker, if you want to know how big this problem is, just recently, the IEBC announced to recruit clerks for registration, Madam Speaker. We have members or young people in this country, holders of a master's degree, responsibility of getting these clearances to the government agency, Madam Speaker. What do I mean? I mean that with this, tax them to be the ones to pay, Madam Speaker, so that when you go there as a young Kenyan, Madam Speaker, you don't have to pay a shilling, Madam Speaker. And the employers also are also cautioned, because these employers we are talking about are also, some of them are young people trying to make a living. So that burden should actually be shifted, not just from the employer agency, Madam Speaker. That way, we will have made it lighter for not only the employee, but also the employer. But with those few remarks, Madam Speaker, noting the interest, I beg to support and congratulate Honorable Gideon Keter on this very important bill that has...
Wana matatizo na changamoto zao ni kwamba hawajaweza kuwa na uwezo wa kulipia vyeti hivyo ambavyo vimewekwa kuwa vya lazima ili wao waweze kupasishwa kupata kazi hizo. Vijana wengi wanatoka kwa familia ambazo zina changamoto. Wengine wamesoma kupitia ufadhili na kupitia msaada kutoka kwa Samaria wema. Na kwa hivyo familia kama hizi hawaziwezi kabisa kuweza kulipia vyeti kama hivyo ambavyo vimewekwa ni vya lazima katika hii nchi ya Kenya. Speaker, watoto wengine wanatoka kwa familia ambayo ni ya mayatima. Nimekumbana na wengi sana ambao wamesoma kwa shida na wamepita vizuri. Wako na vyeti safi kabisa ambavyo vinaweza kuwaruhusu kupata kazi. Lakini swala hili la kupata hivi vyeti vingine ambavyo nchi yetu ya Kenya imeweka kama lazima, inakuwa hawawezi kupata. Na hiyo inakuwa mojawapo ya jambo ambalo linafanya hii inakuwa kwamba inawachuja wale ambao hawajiwezi kupata kazi, ambao wale wako na uwezo wanapata kazi. Na mimi nampongeza sana Mheshimiwa Keter kwa kuleta mswada huu bungeni ili tujadili. Kwa sababu kama viongozi ni lazima tuweze kudhibiti hali hii na tuweze kusimama na vijana wetu wa Kenya. Mimi nataka kusema hivi. Ni vyema ya kwamba tudhibiti na tuseme kwamba hii jambo la kuwa na hivi vyeti isiwezekane, kwa sababu tumeona vijana wengi wakipata msongo wa mawazo. Watu wamejiua kwa sababu wameambiwa ni lazima wawe na hivi juu. Tunaona bei ya mafuta imepanda sana. Sishwe fulani ili waweze kufanya biashara zao. Kwa hivyo ni vyema ya kwamba mswada huu umekuja bungeni na ninaunga mkono 100% ili hawa vijana wetu waweze kupata afueni na wajisikie wako huru kupata kazi wakati wamemaliza masomo yao. Asante sana, Bi Speaker.
Member for Kwanza.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. First and foremost, I want to thank Honorable Keter for coming up with this. But the bottom line, Madam Speaker, from what you now see, prospective employers must be having people who are credible to be employed. So the bottom line here, therefore, is that for this House to pass a mandatory requirement that the government agents are supposed to do clearance for prospective employers to actually have it for free of charge, so that, and of course give also the number of days, maybe within a week, if I are to apply for clearance from whatever source, from whatever agent, it should take the minimum time possible. And therefore, I think the bottom line is that the clearance must be there. Otherwise, you are going to end up, Madam Speaker, employing somebody who has forged his education certificate or something like that, somebody who's accrued. Because today, as we are talking, because of the inability to get jobs, our youths, our own brothers and sisters and our sons, are now doing funny things from River Road. You go out there and see what is happening. Somebody comes there, I met somebody, and he wants me to help him to get a job at TSC. And I looked at it and said, my friend, no, this is not possible. So therefore, what we do now as a house, let's now say whoever now wants clearance from whatever agents, government agent, it should be free of charge. And of course, it's not, sometimes it takes about 2, 3, 5 weeks, a month to be able to get that. Let's have that
Wanyonyi.
again within the shortest time possible.
Honorable Wanyonyi, I wish to cut your debate on the same, but you will have a balance of 8 minutes
Lovely.
when the debate
I will-
resumes on the bill.
I'll appreciate that,
And you
Madam
will-
Speaker.
You will have a priority in speaking. Otherwise, if you don't present yourself to have the priority in speaking, your time will have forfeited.
Most obliged.
Very well.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much.
Honourable members, I wish to just also appreciate the members who are in the House. Just want to contribute to the same. Honourable Ibrahim Wajir North member. Honourable member for Joro, Chepkoni Kathambi, the honourable member for Migori, among others who really are here willing to contribute. Because of interest of time, the bill will have a balance of time of 35 minutes, when of course it will be already placed on the order paper. So members, you can still prepare and come and contribute on the same. Members, the time being 1 p.m., this House stands adjourned until the Wednesday, 29th September 2021 at 2:30 p.m. I thank you.